14-year-old girl mysteriously got pregnant, and when her mother discovered the real father, she was shocked to the bone. But before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any new stories. Emily was looking forward to her 15th birthday. She had planned a party with her friends and was excited to celebrate. But her excitement turned to worry when she started to feel sick. She had a fever, sore throat, and fatigue. She thought that she had the flu, so she went to the doctor. However, the results showed that she was in good health. Still, the doctor prescribed some medicines to help with the symptoms, but Emily didn't feel any better. And she would fall sick every morning and would constantly throw up. When she told her friends about it, they suggested that she could be pregnant, although it seemed foolish. Emily also began to suspect that her friends might be right, and she confided in a senior colleague who volunteered to get her a pregnancy test strip. The teenager took the test and waited anxiously for the results. What she saw shocked her. The result was positive. Emily couldn't believe that she was pregnant. How did it happen? She hadn't even begun having her period yet, so how could she be pregnant? She didn't know what to do and felt like her life was over. Emily tried to hide her mysterious pregnancy from her friends and family. She was afraid of what they would think, and she didn't want them to be disappointed in her. But 2 weeks later, Emily's best friend Sarah saw Emily vomiting at school. By then, Emily couldn't hide her pregnancy any longer. She told Sarah everything, and Sarah was shocked, but she was also supportive. She told Emily that she would be there for her no matter what. That evening, Emily's mother, Susan, found out about the pregnancy. She had found the positive test results carelessly hidden under Emily's bed. Susan was shell-shocked as she anxiously questioned her daughter about it through tears. Emily told her mom that she was equally shocked and that she wished she had answers as to how she got pregnant. "I believe you, sweetie," Susan assured her, her heart heavy with concern. She told her that she loved her no matter what. Susan then began to help Emily make decisions about her pregnancy and to prepare for the birth of her baby. Days turned into weeks as Emily's pregnancy progressed, yet the mystery of how she became pregnant remained unsolved, and Susan's determination to uncover the truth only grew stronger. And Susan was consumed by a mix of emotions: worry for her daughter's well-being and curiosity about the circumstances that had led to the situation. She was determined to get to the bottom of it, so she decided to investigate. One evening, after Emily had gone to bed, Susan sat in the living room with her laptop, researching similar cases and possible explanations. She even stumbled upon a few stories of women who claimed to have experienced immaculate conceptions, but none of them seemed to be true. Susan's search led her to the conclusion that she needed to bring her investigations closer to home. She decided to talk to Emily's friends and anyone else who might have had insights into her daughter's life. Yet after much digging around, Susan realized that Emily's friends and classmates were just as clueless as she was. Susan couldn't help but feel a sense of paranoia creeping in as she investigated her daughter's pregnancy. And was someone hiding the truth from her? Did Emily know more than she was letting on? And someone taking advantage of Emily without her knowledge? Susan's mind raced with possibilities, and the investigation made her feel like she was going crazy. Feeling frustrated but undeterred, Susan ordered medical tests on her daughter, yet the results did not help. There was no evidence of foul play or unusual circumstances, and whoever the father was, it seemed they had managed to remain entirely hidden. Susan was disappointed, but she wasn't giving up. She had 3 main suspects in mind. The first was Steve, Emily's charming and athletic 16-year-old swimming coach who knew she had a crush on her young daughter. Then there was Samuel, the family doctor who conducted Emily's regular checkups, and her estranged husband, Mark, who was Emily's stepfather. Mark had always been a loner, and he had a strange relationship with Emily. Susan couldn't help but wonder if he had taken advantage of her. Susan spoke to each of the suspects in turn. Steve denied having anything to do with Emily's pregnancy, saying that he would never do anything to hurt her. Mark also denied being the father, saying that he loved Emily like a daughter. Dr. Samuel said that he would never do anything to hurt Emily and that he treated her like his own daughter. Susan didn't know well what or who to believe. All 3 suspects seemed sincere, but she couldn't help but be suspicious anyway. And she decided to keep investigating. Deep down, she knew that she would eventually find the answers she was looking for. In the meantime, she would focus on supporting Emily and helping her through the pregnancy. Eventually, Emily went into labor. The delivery room was filled with a mix of tension because Emily was still very young. Susan held her daughter's hand, offering words of encouragement as Emily pushed through the pain. Finally, after hours that felt like an eternity, a healthy baby boy was born. Susan's heart swelled with love as she held her grandson for the first time, yet even in this moment of joy, she couldn't shake the nagging feeling that she was missing a piece of the puzzle. And as Emily recovered, Susan resolved to continue her investigation. She was determined to find out who the father of Emily's baby was. So retraced her steps, talking to Emily's friends once again and even reaching out to the hospital for more information. She tirelessly pursued any leads she could find, but the pressure to find the truth was overwhelming. She pored over every detail, going over every interaction and connection. Sleepless nights and relentless research took their toll on her, and she was on the brink of exhaustion when the investigations proved abortive. Susan became convinced that the hospital had a hand in her daughter's pregnancy, and she suspected that there had been a medical error at the hospital. Although she knew it was outrageous and almost impossible, Sarah suspected that the hospital must have accidentally implanted donor sperm in Emily, causing the young Emily to become pregnant. However, the hospital records proved this theory wrong, and Susan had to apologize for the accusation. The mother was about to give up when she spoke to a nurse who remembered something strange about Emily's last visit to the hospital. The nurse said that Emily had come in for a routine checkup, but she had also requested a pregnancy test. The doctor on duty had refused to attend to her without the presence of a parent. Susan was shocked by this revelation. She couldn't believe that Emily had kept such a thing from her. Well, definitely there was more to the pregnancy than Emily was telling her. Susan decided to check Emily's room for clues. She knew that it was a violation of Emily's privacy, but she didn't care. She had to find out what was going on. When the mother searched Emily's room from top to bottom, she looked under the bed, in the closet, and even in Emily's backpack. She was about to give up when she saw a small box hidden beneath the bed. Susan's heart skipped up a beat. She knew that this was it. This was the key to finding out the truth. And found a collection of letters. The letters were filled with poetic words of admiration and longing. They were all signed love. Susan's heart raced as she realized that she might be onto something. But Emily had been in a secret romantic relationship. She then remembered that she hadn't checked Emily's diary. Trembling with anticipation, she picked up the diary and began to read. As she turned the pages, Susan's heart sank. Emily had detailed her secret relationship, describing her love for David and the intimate moments they had shared. The truth was laid bare before Susan. Emily had indeed been in a romantic relationship, and David was the father of the baby. Susan was devastated. She had always thought she had a perfect relationship with her daughter. She thought she knew everything about Emily. She had never hidden anything from her and had believed that her daughter had been reciprocating the effort. Although heartbroken and confused, one thing was clear: she had to confront Emily. She waited until Emily returned home from her evening stroll, and then, with the diary in hand, she sat her down and told her everything. Emily was shocked. She didn't know what to say. She'd just started to cry. Susan was angry at first, but then she realized that Emily was just a scared young girl. She had made a mistake, but she didn't deserve to be punished. Emily tearfully admitted that she had been dating a boy named David, a student at another high school. She had kept their relationship a secret because she was scared of Susan's reaction. Susan was relieved to finally have the answer, but she was also disappointed in Emily for not telling her about David sooner. She felt that Emily had betrayed her trust. However, she also understood why Emily had been afraid to tell her. And Susan had always been a strict parent, and she knew that she would have scolded Emily for engaging in anything at such a young age. But Susan also loved Emily very much, and she knew that they would get through this together. Emily promised Susan that she would always be honest with her from now on, and Susan vowed to be more understanding and supportive. Susan and Emily embraced, tears streaming down their faces. They had been through so much together, and they were both relieved to finally have the truth out in the open. The mystery of Emily's pregnancy had finally been solved, and mother and daughter could now look forward to a future filled with love, understanding, and the beautiful baby boy.